Hey everyone, this is Walter, and I'm back here with more of Russell Greer's book. Russ is a man from Utah who's currently homeless, trying to open a brothel with no money to do so. But this book is about his most famous venture, trying to sue Taylor Swift for not paying attention to him. Let's just get started with Russell Greer's book, Why I Sued Taylor Swift. Let's start by reading a few posts from our author here. Woo! Single at 29 years old. Depressing, I guess. But with so much potentially good things happening in my life, no time to be down. Happy Singles Awareness Day. Is that supposed to be him at the bottom? It's kinda cursed. Glad I don't use Facebook anymore. I guess Singles Awareness Day is Valentine's Day. I sent you a DM because I want to give you a Valentine's. He sent this to at least like 10 models on Instagram. So it's kind of unbelievable that he's still single, right? May not have the best lighting in my apartment, but does every photo on social media have to be that of a professional photo shoot? No filters. Ha! Happy Pride Day. I have several gay friends and wish them happiness, even though I have to travel to Nevada to have sex. Therefore, my sexual pride is diminished. In the spirit of coming out, I just released a song about how Taylor Swift and her team shafted me. Go check it out. That's my coming out. It's called I Don't Get You. If you like it, please share it. This is just sad. His sexual pride is diminished? What is pride in paying for sex every time? Sure. Anyway, let's get back into the book. Last time he started being harassed by angry Taylor Swift fans, and also internet trolls. So this should be fun. On many different instances, during the evenings, as I would walk home from work, since I didn't have personal transportation, many cars would pass me by and shout at me. Some drivers flipped me off. Others shouted rude names at me, like retard and squareface. Scared, I would arm myself with rocks to toss at the harassing drivers, but I never did throw any of the rocks. The rhetoric was definitely pissing people off. They didn't want to hear that their pop princess could or would discriminate against a disabled person. Despite all of their denying and mocking me, I wasn't going to back down because it indeed happened. While it's iffy that I was legally discriminated against by Taylor, like being denied a service, I was indeed socially discriminated by her. She slandered my intentions because of how I looked, which is the definition of social discrimination. And so I was going to tell the entire world about what she did. I wasn't going to let Taylor Swift get away with this. But the harassment against me only escalated. As I left Ken's office one evening, after showing him the new research that I had found, a black Jetta pulled up behind me. Quickly, a Hispanic man, wearing a bandana around his face, jumped out of the car and began screaming at me. Terrified, I turned around as he held up a gun and pointed it in my face. "Get down on your knees," the masked man screamed. I trembled and fell to my knees. "What do you want?" I begged nervously. "Shut up," the man shouted at me. "We know all about your lawsuit. Taylor didn't do shit to you. Why don't I shoot you, huh?" "Please, don't," I stammered. Without any hesitation, the gunman pulled the trigger as I screamed. But no gunshots rang out. It was just a plastic click. The gun was fake. Man, this is so hard to buy. So these crazy Swifties are willing to risk not only a felony charge, but also getting shot because he's insulting Taylor Swift on Facebook? I feel like few things are as dumb as pulling a fake gun on someone in America. Drop the lawsuit, or next time it may just be a real gun, the man said as he ran back to his waiting Jetta and then drove off. Too scared, I didn't catch the license plate number, and since I'm not a huge car guy, I wasn't sure if I got the right make or model of the car if I reported it. So I kept quiet, but the incident prompted me to go to the gym more regularly and train myself how to fight. A war was beginning, and I needed to be in my best shape to stay alive and to defend myself. The Jetta incident made me ponder if my rhetoric was worth it. Was writing the truth worth being shot or stabbed for? At work one day, an email from a man named Chaz appeared in my work inbox. Thinking that he was somebody related to the insurance business that I worked for, I opened the email. It creepily read, "Hey, Shitlips Greer. We've got you, you dirty bastard. We know everything about you. Drop the damn lawsuit. If you don't, we will make your life a living hell. Click the link to see what I mean." The email perturbed me. Looking behind me to make sure nobody was watching, I quickly clicked on and followed the link. After a few seconds of loading, a weird-looking website uploaded. The site was called Kiwi Orchards, and it proclaimed proudly that it took pride in mocking the weird and the deformed. Disturbingly, the site contained videos mocking autistic people and the intellectually challenged. There were videos mocking people with cerebral palsy and others confined to wheelchairs, and there was a big section on me. It listed all of my aliases that I had gone through online. It listed my home address. It listed my phone number. It contained information on my family. 68 pages contained screenshots of my social media posts, conversations, etc. Many things that I had said had been twisted and taken out of context. I was purposely defamed on this site. Some creepy stalker had spent a great amount of time publishing everything about me. Somebody was extremely pissed off at me and wanted to ruin my life. I felt frightened for my life. God damn it, there's just so much wrong here. Kiwi Farms members would never try to stop a lawsuit. It just means more content for them. Also, how hard is he projecting to call someone else a creepy stalker? He's the one who made all of these public posts trying to get attention, and here he is complaining about the attention. And finally, 68 pages is hilarious, because there's almost 5,000 now. Suddenly, my work computer's screen began to wobble and shake. It had caught a virus, and then it froze, making a high-pitched squealing noise. I repeatedly pushed the power button, trying to turn it off. Like a chain reaction, the virus extended into the network of computers at my company. Computers in cubicles across the office began to make the same high-pitched noise. The office lights began to flicker. Some of the insurance agents started swearing. What the hell is going on? One agent swore aloud from his office. Chattering and clamoring began to fill the work area. I slid down in my chair, embarrassed. I felt so stupid for clicking on that link. Further, I was upset about all of my information being published onto a very horrible site. Yeah, I guess going to Kiwi Farms unleashed a poltergeist or something. I can't imagine working with this guy. He comes up with new drama constantly. The harassment wasn't just against me. It was against all members of my family. Enjoying her night at her house, my mother sat watching a movie. Her phone suddenly rang. She answered it, and there was dead silence. "Hello?" my mother questioned. But the line was silent. Thinking nothing of it, my mother hung up. Seconds later, the phone rang again. "Hello?" my mother answered. Again, there was just silence. Just as my mother hung up, the phone rang for a third time. "Stop," my mother said irritatedly into the phone. Deep laughter came from the other line. Suddenly, heavy breathing started. My mother grabbed the phone and threw it against the wall. She started crying, terrified by whoever the harasser was. The sick thing about this situation was that my mother had not done anything to these mentally ill people. These animals were coming after my family solely because they were related to me. Okay, I obviously don't condone messing with Russell's family, or even messing with him, really. But notice how he has no problem insulting the mentally ill himself. Just don't let him catch anyone else doing it. That would make them a terrible bigot. Other bizarre incidents followed. My sister had just finished up her college class for the day and made her way to her car, parked in the campus parking lot. A group of people began to follow her. "Hey," one of the group members shouted at my sister as she was getting into her car. "You're the sister of Russell Greer, aren't you?" "So?" my sister replied. "So he's a loser," the group leader retorted. "He's suing Taylor Swift because she wouldn't do his terrible music." It's funny because that's not even what somebody would have said. They'd say that he was suing her to get a date with her, and it was his own fault people thought this. "Whatever, guys," my sister said in an annoyed tone. The irony was that my sister did not support me suing Taylor Swift, and these losers had some nerve to harass her for something she didn't agree with. If I was there, a few of these losers would have ended up in the emergency room after having got their heads bashed in by me. Sure, my face is paralyzed, but my fists aren't. But I wasn't there, and so the group rushed my sister's car, surrounding it. Swiftly, my sister locked her car doors, started the car engine. The group began banging on her car windows and tried opening the doors. Her car lurched forward, honking at the insane group of weirdos. One of the attackers pulled out something from a bag, wearing gloves, and threw it on the windshield of my sister's car. It was human feces, and it smeared the windshield as the window wipers tried cleaning it off, but the wipers only made the mess worse. My sister began sobbing as she drove away with limited driving visibility. This situation was becoming insane. That is pretty crazy, but we have to wonder if any of this actually happened. Also, Russell saying he'd beat up multiple people is laughable. He wouldn't have done shit if he was there, aside from posting about it later. Somehow, these idiots had infiltrated every aspect of my life. They knew all about my family and me. The weirdos even got a hold of my twin sister, whom I was separated at birth from, and whom I had never really talked to. These harassers began doing insane things to everyone close to me. I later found out that these trolls had got to a girl I was interested in, and this girl ended up committing suicide because of the taunting from the trolls. I couldn't believe what was going on. All of this was happening because I spoke the truth of what a world-famous celebrity did to me. I felt like a quasi-martyr who was risking death for speaking truth. After my sister was attacked, I filed police reports, determined to stop the madness. Mr. Greer, the investigating officer, spoke to me over the phone. We'll do our best to track these people down, but are you sure these people aren't just fooling around with you? Maybe acquaintances or something? I was appalled that an officer investigating a criminal complaint would even make such a statement. Sir, I said as I tried maintaining my composure, they threw poop on my sister's car. They put my information online and have said false things about me. Does that sound like fun and games to you? I want criminal charges pressed against these people. Like I said, we'll do our best, but based on the vague information we have, we can't do much, the officer explained. I felt sick to my stomach. The law had let me down. While I could hold my own and wasn't scared of a fight, I grew fearful for my family's safety, as did they. How is Russell not seeing the hypocrisy here? He was fine fucking with Taylor Swift's family for no reason, but finds it completely unacceptable that someone does it to him. My parents sat down with me at their home when I visited them, and they held each other's hands as they spoke to me. Russell, your rhetoric has attracted the worst of the worst, my mother told me. I'm asking you, please drop this. We're getting dragged into this situation. I felt so terrible that my family had got dragged into this, but I couldn't back down now, especially with the rumors circulating of how I sued Taylor Swift. Most importantly, I couldn't allow Taylor Swift to get away without any punishment for her reckless use of publicity. I love you guys so much, but please understand, my life has been destroyed by Taylor. I'm in an emotional prison cell because of her shafting me, and the false narrative she portrayed of me, I explained. I have to stand up to her. His parents are just like, please, Russell, stop doing weird things to ruin your life and ours, and definitely stop trying to get media attention at least. And he's just like, no, I have to do this, not for me, but for disabled people everywhere. Like any of them are even on his side. At what cost, son? My dad asked. At what cost are you willing to try to fight her? Even if what you say about her is true, she has millions of dollars in the bank to silence you. She's hired the best lawyer in the entire state, who is going to eat you alive at trial. How much are you willing to lose? Everything, I replied. I'm willing to lose everything to bring Taylor Swift to justice, because I've already lost everything. Taylor meant everything to me, and I haven't been the same since. My parents and I couldn't agree to disagree about the lawsuit. They, like everybody else, thought it was nonsensical. They hadn't found the research I had found. A Gandhi quote came to mind that lifted me up. Speak your mind, even if you are a minority of one. The truth is still the truth. Even though I was the only person in my vicinity who believed in what I was saying, I knew it was the truth. Another legal professional agreed with me, even though I didn't know him personally. Besides the law review, my heart felt wronged. The facts pointed to wrongdoing by Taylor. I wasn't going to lie to myself. A week before the trial, the harassment grew even worse. Being the klutz that I was, I had decided to move into a house that was nowhere near any public transportation. In fact, the closest public transit was a mile away. Each morning I would wake up at 5 a.m., shower, and then make my 30-minute walk to the metro train, which is referred to as tracks. Since it was the start of December, winter had fallen upon the city, which made my 30-minute walk even worse, as I had to trudge through snow and manage my balance walking across icy surfaces. During one of my 30-minute walks to tracks, I heard tree branches breaking about 75 feet behind me. Quickly I turned, and a dark hooded figure was following me. There was no illusion in my mind, even though it was very early and I was tired many mornings. I clearly saw a person following me. Due to the morning darkness, I couldn't distinguish the person's age or race, but the figure stopped and stared at me when I turned around. Panic overcame me and I quickly trudged through the snow, frightened. It was highly doubtful that he or she was also heading to tracks. After all, my address had been posted on that weird site. Somebody must have posted my 30-minute walk routine as well. I was being stalked. But who would stalk somebody at 5 a.m.? Better question, who would stalk somebody at all? God, the tone deafness of this question is just killing me. Everyone else in the world thinks he's the stalker. On another morning, as I was walking to tracks, which my walks soon became jogs because I wanted to stay warm in the 20-degree weather, and because I had to remain untouchable for the people following me, a car slowly followed me. I turned and it was a smaller 4-door car. Again, my descriptions with cars aren't the best. It wasn't a police car, that was for sure. The car then pulled ahead of me and parked a block up. The car then idled, sitting, watching me. It dimmed its headlights, but left the engine running. Smoke blew out of the exhaust pipe. Knowing that this could potentially be another stalker, I began to jog quicker. I passed the car and kept jogging. I think I'm going to cliffhang the story this time, and we'll be back in a month or so for another episode. I don't actually know what happens here, but I can assume he's not going to send anyone to the emergency room this time either. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about Russell, Taylor Swift, or the damn dirty trolls, let me hear it in the comments. I'd like to know people are still interested in finishing the story. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more of the same. And upcoming Reddit content. Big thanks finally to my awesome patrons who help by supporting me more directly over on Patreon. It really helps out. My lungs are fucking killing me right now. Hopefully no one noticed, but I should be back and feeling better soon. Have a great day, everyone, and make sure to ruin your life and your families by standing up for what you believe in.